Hello, welcome to Access. My name's Nathan. I'm here with Dave.
Hello.
Dave, we're going to talk about FIFA 16.
Yes.
We're going to talk about 5 things you need to know about the fact that women's football is now in FIFA 16.
Excellent.
And I've played it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
That's not one of them, but yeah, I have.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
So
I was hoping for more from this.
That's going to turn up. So the first thing is just the kind of the basics, so kind of what teams are going to be in there.
Yeah.
There are going to be 12 international teams, and you're going to be able to play. It's for now separate to the men's game, so you can play in tournaments where there's going to be like a specific tournament mode, or you can play in kickoff. And those teams, the only thing I know is that they include America and Germany, because those are the teams that were available in the game that we played. Right. So that's number one.
Excellent.
That's the thing you should know. The second thing you should know is I think this is the most interesting thing for people who are who know FIFA well anyway, is that there's a remodeled rating system for the women's game.
Okay.
So they talk about, basically they have said the reason they're not allowing men and women to play against each other is for authenticity's sake.
Yes.
And someone pointed out you can play Accrington Stanley versus Brazil, and that isn't particularly authentic, but it's because it's a different sort of authenticity, and it's because what they've tried to do is create the women's game so that it feels and plays like women's football.
Yeah.
I am playing devil's advocate a little bit here. I'm not saying that they're right about this.
Yeah.
But this is what they have done, and that's due to the fact that they have remodeled the rating system so that different attributes are more important to an overall rating than they would be for the men's game. So, I was interviewing Nick Channon, who is the producer of the game.
Yes.
He couldn't tell me specific attributes because he didn't have them in front of them. But basically, it's a different. If you think about it as a diamond, so strength might be less important or more important because it's a different style of football. Yeah. So the idea is that it's a different game, really. Yeah. So putting them together doesn't make sense. So, for instance, Nadine Kessler, who won the Women's Footballer of the Year, the German midfielder last year, she is rated 90, for instance. Right. So she is kind of, she is the A standard. Yeah. So they are not ranked. There is not a parallel ranking with the men's game. This is kind of standing on its own a little bit, which is why the two don't cross over. Which I think, as a first step, probably makes a lot of sense.
In other news, I will be playing as Germany.
But I mean, the problem is then you don't get to play. If you play the USA, you get Hope Solo, who has the best name.
That is amazing.
Hope Solo, she's the goalkeeper. She's brilliant as well. She was really, really good in the.
I stand corrected. That's.
I know, Hope Solo. But although, if you were called Solo, you'd call her Hannah Solo.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, Dave.
Yeah.
There was one of the questions they wanted to ask was why now? Why is it happening now?
Yeah.
And they said they were actually talking about it for a long time. So number 3 is they've been trying to do this for ages.
Right.
And it hasn't worked for a variety of different reasons, but what I want to say for number 3 is you didn't know that a while ago there existed a prototype in the Vancouver EA studios where there was a lady's head on a man's footballing body, and everyone went, oh my god, this doesn't work. But they've been trying to prototype this for a while. I think that's, that is number 3. And number 4 is the reasons or the things that have been fixed because of the ladies game.
Okay.
So they wanted to bring women's football into FIFA. They realised they were going to have to. I'm sure there's a bunch of these, but the 2 examples that they were telling us are body scaling.
Right.
So just because they wanted to make the women look like actual athletes, for whatever reason, when they modelled them in the existing body engine of FIFA, I don't know if engine's the right word, they didn't look right in the same way that the men kind of get away with it for the men, and that's because they had a scaling system where if you have like a 5'5" player, to make him into a 6 foot player, they simply make all, the body is just proportionally
you
extended.
just scale him up. Yeah.
So, but now you can do legs, torso, shoulders, head differently, and I guess because women's bodies are differently proportioned in different places, trying to apply them to the men's model just didn't work. Right. So now, one of the side effects is that they have got this year for the first time, Peter Crouch actually looks like Peter Crouch.
No way.
Because his torso is really long. And Adi Akinfenwa as well. Like, I don't know. I guess he's got just massive shoulders. I'm not really sure what they were missing before. So those are the specific tech issues that they have now addressed in order to bring this. And number 5 is just how it plays.
Yeah.
And the game, it does everything that I've kind of spoken about so far. What they're trying to achieve is to make it so that it's football, but it's a realistic, authentic version of women's football, and it's not just FIFA that you played before, but with different bodies in it. And it does, to a certain extent, they've achieved it. It's a slower paced game, so like there's more relaxed. It's not just belting up, up and down. And especially, probably I felt that because FIFA 15 was so based on pace. and it feels a bit more deliberate, but it feels a bit more tactical as well in the midfield. It basically feels like, I guess, two things that jumped into my mind. The difference between men's tennis and women's tennis.
Right.
Where with the men's tennis, there's like more winners, but like people really appreciate the rallies in women's tennis.
Yes.
And also, it kind of reminded me of Italian football from the 1990s.
Okay.
Like a really deliberate pace, sauntering about, lots of skillful players.
And violent.
Yeah. and maybe some ice creams.
Yeah.
That's James Richardson used to be on telly having an ice cream to camera when I used to watch.
I remember.
When I used to watch Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, playing for Lazio.
So there we go. Comment below, let us know what else you'd like to see come to FIFA 16. Like this video if you enjoyed us telling you about FIFA 16. And subscribe to Access for everything coming up about PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita.